What is going on? Evan here from Evan Sports Corner, back with another live stream here on the channel today. The NFC South is up for grabs between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs fell to the Panthers a couple weeks ago, and now they'll have a chance to win the NFC South as Sean Tucker on the return gets to the 20, right near the 25. So these two teams played a couple weeks ago. And when they played a couple weeks ago, it was Carolina who came out on top in that game. And they took the lead in the division. Going into today, all the Panthers have to do now is win, and they are in. They will take the final playoff spot up for grabs in the NFC, the number 4 seed, and they will win. That is what's at stake tonight in this game for the Panthers, is an injury to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers player here. That's what's at stake in this game for this team. Again, as they look to get it done, right? Good look to get it done. Look to win their first NFC South title in a long time. I mean, the Panthers, they haven't, they have not. They have not won the NFC South since 2015. The Buccaneers have won this division the last 4 years. It's been absolute domination from Carolina over the course of the past few years, and so it's all domination from them. It's all great, and it's amazing. It's been all domination. Tampa Bay's been so good. Baker Mayfield has had a bit of a rough season, though. He's having his worst season by far with the Buccaneers, and we'll see what ends up happening. This is a big game. And they're looking. Carolina's looking to win that division title. If the Buccaneers come out with the win today at home, they are going to. They haven't won the division yet. If the Falcons beat the Saints tomorrow, Carolina still has a shot at the division. So it really comes down to everything. It comes down to these NFC South matchups all matter. Now, if Carolina wins, the division's sealed. Everything's good, and that's all that matters. So, we'll see, y'all. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this will be interesting to see how this game plays out. So, an injury to Walker, he comes out of the game for Tampa Bay. And here we go. Tampa Bay's offense comes on the field. Mike Evans, Emeka Egbuka, and Chris Godwin. Those are the starting receivers. And then Bucky Irving at running back. Those are your main guys right there for Tampa Bay. It's been a rough second half of the season for Egbuka after starting off so strong in his rookie campaign. He's really fallen off. Jalen McMillan's been the main receiver alongside Evans and Godwin. We'll see if Egbuka can get going today. 26-yard line is where they'll start. And Baker Mayfield. He will take the snap, hand it off. Bucky Irving up the middle, and Bucky picks up about 9 or 10 there. May have a first down. Good start today for them. They need to get Bucky Irving going early on in this game. If they want to win, you got to establish the ground game. Oh, that's a good run there. About 9.5 on the first play of the day. Bucky Irving with a good run, and now it's going to be a 2nd down and 1. Second and 1, about half a yard short of that marker, and Mayfield handoff up the middle. Bucky makes a cut, picks up the first down. Tampa Bay getting that first down of the day. So going back to that matchup from a couple weeks ago that has Carolina in prime position to win this division right now. It was It was a close matchup, if I remember. Yeah, 23-20 win. Um, Baker had a rough day out there. Threw a pick. It's rainy conditions out in Tampa Bay today, so it won't be ideal for the passing attack. We'll see, though. Bucky was held in check. Ibuka had 40 yards on one reception. That was it. And Bryce Young had a good day out there. 1st and 10, play action. Baker drops back, fires, pass caught. Mike Evans first down at midfield. A sliding grab from the veteran wide receiver who has had an injury-riddled season. This could be, some people are suspecting this could be Mike Evans' final game in a Buccaneers uniform and playing in an NFL game. He's dealt with a lot of injuries over the past few years, and so, it might be time for Mike Evans to call it quits. We shall see. Nice sliding grab right there by Evans, though. From the 49. And here we go. Man in motion, it's McMillan. And Mayfield, handoff, Bucky Irving up the middle. And he's going to fight, get a few extra yards. Didn't know Bucky was going to get too much there, but he eventually was able to fight forward, pick up a nice gain. Twelve and a half to go here in the first quarter. Second and 4. Second and 4 from the 43. Mayfield, another handoff up the middle. Irving getting a ton of work early on in this game. Again, Tampa Bay loves to use him, Rashad White, and Sean Tucker. They use a lot of running backs. Right now it's all Bucky on this opening sequence, though, opening drive. 3rd down and 2. Irving in the backfield. Bucks have a bunch formation with Ibuka out to the left. Now they motion McMillan out. Mayfield, 3rd and 2. Another handoff. Irving up the middle. First down, Tampa Bay. So Bucky Irving with a strong opening start to this game. A ton of touches for their star running back. And he is getting going. Big time Bucky Irving run right there. Good blocking on this right side. All he had to do was make a quick cut. Lower the head a little bit. First down. First and 10 from the 37. And we'll see what Baker can do. Play clock is down to 3. Mayfield gets the snap off. It's a play action to the left. Mayfield looking to launch downfield. He'll step up and scramble. And Baker's going to lower that shoulder and pick up 9 on that run. Baker Mayfield never afraid to scramble and put that body on the line. He didn't slide. He went and just kept lowering that head and going for it. Second and 1 after the Mayfield run. They're already inside the 30 in Carolina's territory. Really strong start for him. Mayfield takes the snap, blitzes in. Mayfield left side pass caught. Cade Otton first down to the red zone. So Baker Mayfield again off to a really strong start in this game. Making some solid throws early on. And Cade Otton got open. A man slipped down for Carolina. First and 10 from the 18-yard line now. And it's Mayfield in shotgun. Baker looking left. Now over the middle. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton with the touchdown. And the Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead early on. What a start for Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield slinging the football with authority on the opening drive. And Cade Otton with the touchdown. Really nice throw here by Baker. And Otton with a couple big grabs on this opening drive. Getting Tampa Bay in the end zone early on. It's a big time throw there. And then Otton takes a little bit of a hit at the end. Did not matter. Buccaneers It'll be a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin's PAT is good. And the Buccaneers lead 7-0 in a rainy day in Tampa Bay. The NFC South up for grabs. And a phenomenal opening drive from Tampa Bay right here. Baker Mayfield, beautiful pass. Kate Otten, touchdown. There it is. There it is, boys. All right, so great opening drive there from the Buccaneers. Needed to establish something. Again, this is a team that at one point in the season was 6-2, lost 8 of their last 10. It has been a really rough stretch of games for Tampa Bay. They definitely they haven't ended the season the way that they wanted to at all. So that is Kate Otten's first touchdown of the season for the Buccaneers. So here we go. 9:30 to go in the first quarter. Buccaneers will kick it off, and here we go. And the Panthers will take it in the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 from the 35. And Young under center. Handoff to Dowdle. Making a cut. He's going to be stuffed in the backfield by Tampa Bay. And a 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty. Wow, so a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness on the Buccaneers at the end of this play. They call unnecessary roughness. And I don't know, you just got to be smarter. You got to just be more composed in moments like this for sure. First and 10, Carolina now with the ball at midfield after the penalty. Young under center. Handoff to Dowdle, and he slips and is brought down. Oh, man, not a good start for Rico Dowdle there. He's been stuffed in the backfield early on in this game. So there's that Panthers offense led by Dowdle and Teteroa McMillan, the rookie out of Arizona. He's been a phenomenal receiver for them this year. And then you got Jalen Coker and Xavier Legette. Those two have also been tremendous players for this team. So Carolina's resurgence, again, it's been behind Young, the quarterback, and again, throwing it to Teteroa McMillan. The two have had a special connection. Ted is 79 yards off 1,000. See if he gets that today. 2nd and 12. Young. First pass of the day is a check down to the 50. Chuba Hubbard brought down. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. Tampa Bay's defense swarming. So the Buccaneers, again, I said they started off 6-2 this year. They've lost 8 of their last 10. They've been one of the league's worst teams, or what is it? Not 8 of their, yeah, something like that. I think they have lost 8 of their last 10 games after starting off really well. They've struggled bad. It's been really rough for Tampa Bay, and so see if they can fix everything today and win this game, and then have a chance at the NFC South in the playoffs. You never know from there. 3rd and 10. Young in shotgun empty set. Bryce Young looking over the middle, and it's a sliding pass. Incomplete, though. Xavier Legette, the intended target. Antoine Winfield was over the middle. Legette tried to make a sliding grab, and it's incomplete. 4th down and 10. Try to fit this one in a window. It goes off the outside hand of Legette. That's a really tough catch the Young wanted his guy to make there. It was a small window. He got it in there. And unfortunately for Carolina, they'll be forced to punt the football. They got the gift 15-yard penalty, but it doesn't even matter. So Sam Martin to punt this one away. Cameron Johnson back to return for Tampa Bay. And here we go. This punt is going into it's going to bounce and into the end zone for a touchback. So Tampa Bay starts off strong, a touchdown, and then they get a stop, and now the football will be theirs. So there you go. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting game. So yeah, definitely a strong start today for Tampa Bay. They get the touchdown, then they get a stop. This team is looking better already. 100%. They're looking just so much better right now than they have in recent weeks. A really good start. Again, they're at home today, and this is just a really good opportunity for them. This is their 3rd consecutive game scoring on the opening drive, so that is definitely an interesting stat. I feel like their offense hasn't been very good. But on this last drive, they did a good job neutralizing Derek Brown. You got to, neutralize one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL. They're going to definitely have to neutralize him all day. First and 10 from the 20. And Mayfield will hand it off up the middle. Rachaad White gets this touch, and he's going to be taken down. It's going to be a first down. It's going to be a second down and long after the White carry there. So second down and 8. $6:54 to go in the first quarter. From the 22-yard line, Mayfield, 4-man rush, quick fire outside, big hit on Otten, and he actually never went down. It was a good attempt there by Jackson, and now it's going to bring up a third down and medium after that quick fire. So Derek Brown leads the Panthers in sacks with 5, which is the third lowest sack total by any team leader in the league. So Carolina's pass rush isn't exactly elite, but Derek Brown is a very good player. Former first-round pick. I believe he was at Auburn. Third down and 4 coming up. Here we go. Mayfield on third down. Blitz is in. Baker fires outside. A perfect throw to Mike Evans for the first down. A flag is down, though, but this is a great throw by Baker. 21 yards for Evans. We'll see what the flag is. Buccaneers were walking up the field. And they're going to call pass interference on the Panthers. Great back foot throw there by Baker. Penalty is declined. And yeah, right there, Mike Evans held up a little bit, but he gets the first down. It's weird seeing these guys without the wide receiver gloves on, like Mike Evans. No gloves today. It's just straight hands on ball. Great play there from Tampa Bay. They get to the 42-yard line. Mayfield under center. And he will hand it off again. White trying to find a lane. He goes nowhere. Panthers were all over that run. Really nice work from them. Under 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Second down and 9. Buccaneers are outgaining the Panthers 102-0 so far in this first quarter. Remember, Carolina only got to midfield because of that penalty. Second and 9. Baker drops back. Underneath throw is caught. Bucky Irving exploding. And Bucky's got a first down. Stays on his feet. And goes out of bounds at the Carolina 40. What a start to this game for Bucky and Tampa Bay. They are moving this football with efficiency right now. Here we go. First and 10 from the 39. Baker 6 for 6. And they'll fake the handoff and a reverse. It's Tez Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at the 35. Solid gain there from Tez. They ran a fake handoff reverse play there. Really nice work. Tampa is throwing a lot of different looks and formations at this Panthers defense right now. And they're having a tough time adjusting to some of them. Second down and 5 after that reverse play. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. It's been all Tampa Bay. And it's a play action. Mayfield under pressure. Sidesteps Brown. Going to take off and run. Baker Mayfield trying to get the edge, and he does. First down, Tampa Bay. And we're going to have another flag here as Jackson is John at Baker. A lot of emotions in a game like this where there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. And Jackson just keeps on going at Baker here. He's trying to set that tone. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty on Jackson for taunting Baker Mayfield, which is going to give the Buccaneers really good field position. So he goes up to Baker and he gets up in his face mask, starts getting at him. I really just don't. I hate that they call penalties like that, the taunting. It's like, okay, like he gets up in his face, he jaws him a little bit. It's part of the sport. I don't really get it, but they call that, and now Tampa Bay might be able to get 14 early on in this game. Baker Mayfield is having a great time out there, though. It has been all Buccaneers in this first quarter. Carolina has not come to play today. Baker 6 for 6, 79 yards. From the 13-yard line, a man in motion, and Mayfield play action to the right side, and Baker standing, throwing down the field, end zone, incomplete. Had an open man in the corner of the end zone who was Payne Durham. Baker just couldn't find him there. That's Baker's first miss of the day. Oh, man. That's a bad miss, man. Not a good miss there from Baker. Actually, not even a bad throw, though. Went through Durham's hands. He could easily hauled that in. Not a bad throw by Mayfield at all. And unfortunately, that'll be a for Tampa Bay. That hurts a lot. 2nd and 10. Handoff, Bucky Irving up the middle. Derek Brown gets a hold of him and slings him to the ground. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for Tampa Bay right now. They've had a really good start to this game. And the Carolina defense has been one of the best 3rd down defenses in the NFL this season. So we'll see if they can get a stop. 3rd and 8, Mayfield stepping up to run. He wants to go for it. Here comes the pressure. Mayfield end zone off the hands of Igbuka. Incomplete. 4th down. So Baker extended that play for as long as he could. Lathan Ransom was in coverage against Igbuka. The 2 Ohio State rookies went at it there. And it was Baker and it was Ransom who ended up winning that battle right there. So Mayfield had a lot of time. He eventually rolls out to the left. Stalling, looking. Made a nice throw to the end zone. And it was a good effort right there. Ransom deflects this football, though, right in front of Igbuka. So now McLaughlin coming out to kick his field goal to make it a 10-0 football game. This is a 29-yard chip shot in the rain, and he gets it to go. And the Buccaneers take a 10-0 lead in this first quarter. So another great drive from Tampa Bay early on in this game. They're showing a lot right now. They're looking really good, but only getting 3 out of that drive. They had a really good drive going, and they weren't able to finish it off. But I got to give Ransom a lot of credit. That was a great throw, but a even better defensive play from the rookie. Panthers have they had a really good rookie class this year. Ransom and McMillan, namely the 2. Then they had the big free agent signing with Rico Dowdle, who's over 1,000 yards. He's had a tremendous season for the Panthers. He said, he was a starting running back with the Cowboys last year. He was pretty good for us. Wasn't anything special, but he was good. He upped his game in Carolina this year, and they've had a really good season. I mean, this is a team I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Carolina because I like seeing teams like them, teams that are ascending, teams that are getting better, that are growing in this league. That's what I'm really excited about. I'm really excited to see how this team ascends. You know what I mean? They have a lot going for them. They're really building something special with Bryce Young, obviously at quarterback, and you got Ted McMillan. That's going to be a really fun duo for many years to come. I'm really excited to see how this how they continue to build going forward. You know what I mean? That's just something I'm looking forward to. I really don't want Tampa Bay, like I want to see a change of guard in the NFC South, right? Like it's been all Saints and Buccaneers the past like 10 years. It's been those two teams. The Saints had their really good run at the end of the 2010s, and then the Buccaneers have had I think they've won the division the whole 2020s besides 2020. They've won it like 4 years in a row. It's time for a new team to win the South, right? And I probably say it multiple times, but um, the Panthers can still win the division with a loss today. It would require the Atlanta Falcons winning tomorrow against the Saints, which would create a three-way tie and a tie that Carolina would win. So the scenarios have all been laid out. Panthers win, they're in. Bucks win, Saints win, Bucks are in, and they do it again. Again, it's going to be a very interesting finish. Oh, there's the college football semis. It's going to be great, 4 teams you don't see there too often. Miami, going back to their glory days here this season, they're having an amazing postseason run. And then you got Indiana, the amazing story of Indiana. Ole Miss trying to keep it pushing without Kiffin. And then Oregon finally getting there with Dan Lanning. It was about time. But back to Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers kicked this one off. They lead 10-0 early on in this game. What a start for them as they look to give themselves an outside shot at winning this division. Again, the Falcons should beat the Saints, but the Saints have also been playing really good football with Tyler Shuck starting to emerge. He can put the last rainbow on his Rookie of the Year campaign that he's been working on. So Dowdle slipped on that on the grass there. Ball control has been all Tampa Bay. Carolina's looking for their first yardage of the game from scrimmage. 1st and 10. And Young will play action, roll out to the left, firing downfield. He's got a man. First down to Tommy Tremble, who just made that catch. And there he goes, the Carolina offense moving. Dave Canales was once the offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, now the head coach of Carolina. Something Panthers fans wish hadn't happened. Canales has done a really nice job developing. And that was actually Bryson Tremaine who just made that big grab for a huge gain. 1st and 10 now coming up. 1:20 to go in the first quarter from the 45-yard line. It's Young, and we have all sorts of movement up front. False start on Carolina here. That's a bad mistake right there. First and 15. And Young drops back, check down. And it is, I think it's Evans who just made that catch on a little screen pass. 2nd down coming up. So Carolina with 56% designed runs on first down, which is one of the highest in the NFL. Here's a 2nd down and 10. Here we go. Young on 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle to Dowdle. He's being pushed back, and he's going to be slammed down by Yaya Diaby. And that is going to end the first quarter. 10-0 Buccaneers in this one. They are off to a great start, and they have the lead at the end of this first quarter. It's just been a very interesting game right now. Um, Tampa Bay's got off to a really good start. Again, went down the field, marched down, got that opening drive touchdown, and then right after that, got a stop and then got the ball back and scored. They really dominated this game. This is a really important drive for them, and so the Carolina's got to respond with a touchdown. They're starting to put together something on offense here, but they're stalling out a little bit. It's going to be, what is it, third down? Or no? It's going to be third down going into this second quarter. Well, 3rd and 8. Yeah, 3rd and long. Oh, boy. Yeah, they're going to have to, we'll see what they do here. They have a 3rd down and 8. This will be very interesting right here to see what they do. Yeah, that's the thing. The Buccaneers would still need help tomorrow from the Saints if they want to win the division and make the playoffs. Here we go. 3rd and 8 for Carolina at the 43-yard line. We'll see what they have in store. Young, 3rd and 8. And here we go. Young, pressure, gets it out quick off the hands of McMillan. Incomplete. He had to get it out. Pressure came in from the blind side. He gets rid of it. It's incomplete. 4th down and 8. It was off the hands of McMillan. And now a decision to make, probably punt. As here's the throw. It's just in the hands of McMillan. He could have hauled this in. It's a little in front of him. Not really much Young can do. Again, that pressure came in on that blitz. Todd Bowles' defense not been the best. Panthers go for it on 33% of 4th downs, which is the second highest in the NFL. And right now, they have their offense on the field on 4th down and 8. Young, what do they have in store? Will they snap this football? No, they're just going to take that delay game, back them up 5, and make it a more room for the punter, I believe, is what they're going to do. So Canales wasn't going to risk it early on in this game and go for a 4th down and 8 at midfield. You got to be smarter than that. You know, it's a long football game. Try to pin them deep and win the field position battle is definitely what's next up for Carolina. Great job by the Bucs defense, though. They continue to really look good in this game. They're playing good football. They're disciplined, and the Bucs have looked like the better team early on in this game by a wide margin. Martin on to punt it again. We'll see if he can pin him deep. He's going to be sending this one back near the 10. It's going to take a good bounce and will be taken in at about the 5-yard line is where it was touched down by Carolina. So there you go. There's the start to this game. It's been a roller coaster year for Carolina since week 7. It's been win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's been a pattern. And right now they're coming off a loss to the Seahawks last week, so they're due for a win. If the pattern continues its trend, they're definitely due for a big win today against Tampa Bay. That'd be their second win over the Bucs in 3 weeks. And the start of the season, it looked like Tampa Bay was going to run away with this division, but their late season skid has turned it into what it is. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle and stuffed. Carolina's the most unprepared team in the NFL. Big yikes. If you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. 2nd down and 7. Buccaneers have it right now. And Mayfield underneath. Incomplete. Just sailed through Bucky Irving there. 3rd down and 7. So there you go. Bucky Irving had a chance there. If he catches that football, it's really dangerous. And yeah, Baker just kind of sails this one. I went right through his hands. I don't know. Again, the conditions have affected both teams. I think probably if it's sunny Florida skies, Bucky probably reels that one in, but not there. So Tampa Bay, 12 runs, 9 passes. It's a 3rd down and 7. And here is Baker dropping back over the middle. It's caught McMillan. The former Washington Husky with the reception. Baker Mayfield in this offense moving the football there. A big conversion. And Carolina, again, they wanted to win that field position battle. Could have pinned him. Could have had good field position on this next drive. They forced the Bucs to punt here. But McMillan comes open on a little short dig. He stops, just runs inside, runs a little. It was more like an in-route type of deal. And McMillan gets open 1st and 10 now. That's a big conversion for Tampa Bay. They continue to show that they have been the superior team today. 1st and 10 from their own 20. It's Mayfield. And he will take the snap and pitch it out. It's Rachaad White getting a block. Not there, though. Nice tackle made by Scott. Looked like White had some blockers in front, but Scott dove in. Gets him at the legs. Nice tackle. Second down is 7. From the 22, it's Mayfield left side looking and throwing incomplete. He was just kind of frantically bouncing around in the pocket there for a little bit, and then eventually just got rid of it, put it in the ground, 3rd and 7. Yeah, Mike Evans, I said earlier, yeah, no gloves for Evans today. It's going to be straight hands. Mike Evans, he has had a good start to this game. A couple big receptions. It's a 3rd down and 7. Buccaneers are 3 for 4 on 3rd down today. We'll see if that trend continues here. Evans out wide. We'll see if they go to him. Trips look to the left. Mayfield on 3rd down. Motions McMillan inside. Here's Baker on 3rd down. 4-man rush. Pressure comes. He slings it down the middle. It's intercepted. A horrible mistake from Baker. And the Panthers will return it to the 20-yard line. That's been the issue with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the recent weeks. Baker Mayfield missing throws like that, picked off by Roseboom. And Carolina is going to have excellent field position deep in Tampa Bay territory thanks to the Baker Mayfield pick. Oh, man. Again, this has been a big issue for the Buccaneers, and the games that they lose, Baker Mayfield with a really bad interception here just throws it right into an area where Roseboom was sitting underneath. And yeah, just right into his hands. Easy throw, easy interception for Roseboom. And that is just a killer turnover in a game where the Buccaneers have had all the momentum. It's a big one right there. 1st and 10. Carolina got a score here. Christian Roseboom with his 3rd career pick. And the Buccaneers they'll have to play off their back foot on defense. Panthers at the 19. Here is Young dropping back underneath. Pass caught. McMillan, first catch of the day for Tet. And he's going to be right at that 1st down marker. I think they're going to give him the 1st down, though. So that is that's a huge play in this game. Big turning point. How do you make that mistake if you're Baker? I don't know. McMillan comes open over the middle here, though, on a little drag concept. And then, boom, 1st down. Oh, man. First and goal. And here we go. From the 9-yard line now, it's Hubbard in the backfield. A lot of blockers up front. We'll see what they do. It's Young, handoff left side. Hubbard trying to get to the outside. He is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. The veteran Levante David out there to make that tackle. An amazing job by Tampa Bay to stop the stretch run. If you guys are listening, be sure to click that subscribe button. Buccaneers have allowed red zone scores on 21 of their last 22 drives. They have not done well. Again, in the last 8 games, a lot of losses in those last 8 games. The Buccaneers have been terrible in the red zone. Meanwhile, the Panthers, one of the worst red zone offenses in the league, 26th at 51% red zone TD percentage. Young dropping back. Pressure comes. He floats it out. It's going to be a touchdown. Tommy Tremble scores the touchdown, hitting his dance in the end zone as Bryce Young and the Panthers capitalize on the Mayfield interception. That's a big time score right there. Again, bad red zone offense versus bad red zone defense. What's going to happen down in the big area? It's going to be a touchdown. Bryce Young play action. Just drifts back. Tremble's wide open. It's an easy pitch and catch. And Tremble walks into the end zone. So the great start that Tampa Bay had in this game has been erased pretty much at this point. And now Carolina will make it a 3-point game. PAT's good. 10-7 is the score. So that is just not good for Tampa Bay. Again, they were off to such a good start in this game. Amazing opening drive. Put it down the field. Got multiple stops, but Baker Mayfield coughs up the football with the turnover. Well, not cough it up. That's more of a fumble. He throws a really bad interception. And I just want to look at the Buccaneers, right? Again, Baker is going to get a lot of the blame if they don't make the playoffs. I think their defense has also not been very good under Bowles this season. Looking at the stats, I want to compare these two teams. So offensively, Tampa Bay, in the middle, lower tier in terms of total offensive yardage per game. Defensively, obviously the Texans far and away the best defense in the league. Tampa Bay also very middle of the pack. Carolina also in the middle, more towards the middle. Their defense in terms of yards per game is better than Tampa Bay's. Pass defense, Carolina is, also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they're in the top 15-ish. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers rank in the bottom 10 in pass defense and run defense. Buccaneers are actually in the upper echelon in terms of run defense. These teams are very similar. It's just the Buccaneers have been really, really, really bad down the stretch. They come into this game on a 4-game losing streak. And again, after such a strong start to the season, looking at the games that they've lost, Baker Mayfield, analyzing his stats. He just threw his 11th pick of the year, I believe. It's been a rough year for him. So in their losses lately, in all these losses, against Detroit, Baker had 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The one game that wasn't Baker's fault that I'm seeing with these losses was 100% this game against the New England Patriots. 28-23 loss, but he put up 3 touchdowns, no picks. Baker played really well that game based on these counting stats. I remember that was a good game. Baker played well. His team just didn't get it done. He didn't play bad that game. Against the Bills, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, not terrible. Rams, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and he only completed 9 passes. It was a disastrous game for him and that whole offense against the Rams. And then in the loss to the Saints, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Falcons, it was 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And then a horrible game against the Dolphins where he threw 2 interceptions. Baker now, this is his 5th straight game with an interception. Obviously not something that you want to see out of your starting quarterback. Who early in the season, Baker didn't throw a pick in the first 3 games and only threw 1 pick in the first 6. He threw 2 picks in the first, 2 total interceptions in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think in the first 9 games, he only threw 2 interceptions. Oh my goodness! The Buccaneers fumbled the football! A flag is down on the kickoff. As of right now, though, Carolina may have just gotten it. This is going to be a huge call on who got it at the bottom of that pile. Tampa Bay seems to be pointing that way, and they got it back. Oh man, officials have they officially pointed that way. So they avoid what would have been disastrous right there on that return. What's the flag? So it's an illegal block in the back on the Buccaneers. So that's not all. It was a really bad special teams play for them, fumbling the kick and all that. Sean Tucker here tried to make a man miss, and then he got the ball knocked out of his hands, fell on the ground. But I thought originally Carolina may have been able to get this football, but Tucker got on top of it just in time, I believe, and that saves that possession because, man, you give them good field position again, back-to-back possessions. I mean, they're going to make something happen. They're not, the Panthers are locked in. 1st and 10 from the 15. Mayfield, handoff up the middle. Bucky is stuffed deep in the backfield. It was Princely Unamilan with that play. He comes in flying off the edge. Tristan Wirfs, I don't know if he was supposed to block him. Looks like Wirfs hit his own guy instead of Princely, and he just comes flying in, makes a big play right there, takes him down for a huge loss. That's 4 yards on that one that they did not get. And now it's 2nd down and 14. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Carolina has quickly flipped the script after an early Bucs 10-0 lead. Mayfield motions Igbuka to the right side. Play clock down to 4. Mayfield takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. Bucky Irving gets a few yards. And again, a lot of physicality between these two teams. A lot of ill will. A lot of chippiness. Baker started this game off phenomenally. 6 for 6, 79 yards with a touchdown pass to Otten. Ever since then, 1 for 6, 11 yards, and an interception. So he has as many picks as completions in his last 6 attempts. It's been really rough. And now 3rd down and 10. That is just kind of who Baker Mayfield is. A lot of the time, he's kind of a rhythm quarterback. When he's slinging it and things are going well, it's great. He looks amazing. But then, really bad. Baker with 9 interceptions since week 11, which is 2nd most in the NFL. 3rd and 10. Mayfield screen out to White. Clear path ahead, and he's got a 1st down. Big time play call right there to get that 1st down, setting up the screen. Carolina was not ready for it at all, and Rachaad White picks up a huge 1st down in this game. They really, really, really needed that. And again, big move right there in the open field. Really nice cut here by Rachaad White. Cutting and making shifty moves like that, it's going to be tough in a game like this where the conditions are so awful. But he did it. 1st and 10 from the 26. Another handoff. Bucky trying to find a lane, and he goes nowhere. I believe that's Derek Brown once again. And so White will come right back into the game. Again, he gets a lot of opportunities in this offense. Him and Bucky. Sean Tucker here and there as well. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Out to White. He's going to fight forward and get a decent amount of yards. Third down and 3 coming up. Third and 3, Mayfield looking right side, scrambling, pump fakes, Baker first down run, and slides down at the 45. Again, if there's one thing that Baker Mayfield will always bring to the table, no matter the circumstances, it's his toughness. Baker's going to put everything on the line for his team. He's going to risk his body. He's going to run. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to try to get his team to win. And right there on third down, pump fakes, isn't afraid of any defensive lineman, going to go run and get that first down. 6.5 to go from the 44. Good drive from Tampa Bay here. Tez Johnson in motion. Mayfield, handoff, and oh boy, that went all sorts of bad. Tucker slips and falls in the backfield for a massive loss. What in the world just happened? And this dude looked like he was on an episode of Wipeout right here. Baker, what the? Never mind. Baker just took his boy out. Handoff here, and I don't even know what happened or how this even happens, but Baker legitimately just trucked Sean Tucker to the ground. Nothing number 44 can do. That is really bad. Buccaneers have not done a good job staying in front of the chains today. Backed up to their 40. Mayfield looking, and he fumbled it. Baker fumbles. He's going to get it back and be taken down. But man, a really rough couple plays for Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. Really, really rough. I mean, my goodness. First, he runs into his own guy. Then he fumbles the football. And in these rainy conditions, really starting to have an effect on the Buccaneers right now. This drive has pretty much been shot because of these conditions. It's a third down and long. Now, again, not an excuse because Bryce Young and the Panthers are also playing in these conditions today, in these rainy, wet, miserable Tampa Bay conditions. But at the end of the day, man, that's two really bad plays right there from Baker, back to back, to put a drive that started to have some legs to it. And now it's like, well, shoot, you're in a lot of trouble right now. It's third down and long. You just had back-to-back plays, but this is what you have to do as a quarterback in the NFL, is you got to mentally just forget about the last two plays and re-lock in. Again, I mean, hey, you truck your own guy, and then you get called, and then you drop the ball. That was really bad. That was really, really bad. Third and 15 for Mayfield. Igbuka in motion. He has yet to make a reception today. Third and 15, and they'll go with a handoff to Rachaad White up the middle. Gets a few yards, taken down by Trayvon Moehrig, and the Buccaneers will just punt the football away, which honestly, with the way that drive was going and the way that it kind of fell apart, yeah, you're better off just punting the football instead of having Baker. You got to get him to the sideline and let him lock back in, because this has been really bad. Oh, Baker, dude, that was rough. I mean, genuinely, what in the world was this guy doing? Riley Dixon on to punt. Trevor Etienne, the rookie out of Georgia, back to return. I think this is Tampa Bay's first punt of the game. And Dixon, ooh, that was close to being blocked. This one's back near where Etienne is, and he's going to catch it and try to run with it. He gets past the 15 before being brought down. And now it'll be Panthers football. They started off down 10, now with a chance to take the lead or tie. Bryce Young and the boys getting going here. Two Heisman Trophy winners and former number one overall picks going at it today, Bryce Young and Baker Mayfield. Baker entering his 8th NFL season in his 4th team. Bryce has spent his first 3 years in Carolina. He's improved every single season. And these two, at the current moment, will most likely be battling in the NFC South for many years to come as their team's respective franchise quarterbacks. First down and 10 for Carolina. Bryce Young, 4:20 to go. And a handoff up the middle. Rico Dowdle is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Tampa Bay's run defense, one of their strengths when you have good D linemen like Diaby and, of course, Big Vita Vea. It's not easy to run the football against this defense. Pass defense leaves a little to be desired at times. So we'll see what Carolina can do trying to neutralize all those dogs in that pass rush. Second down and 9, under 4 minutes to play. Here we go. Second and 9. Young drops back, looking, scrambling to the left. Bryce Young throwing downfield, and it's caught by McMillan for the first down across the 30. It's a great throw, great catch. Big time play right there. That's just a great job. Bryce Young doing what Bryce Young do here. Keeping time, and McMillan came open. Eventually had to work his way back to the football a little bit, but there's easy money. First and 10. Young play action, looking left, throwing downfield again, and he lofts it to the sideline. It's caught for a first down. I believe that is Jimmy Horn Jr., former Colorado Buff wide receiver, making a big play right there. And it's going to be another first down. Bryce Young and Carolina starting to get rolling. Horns wide open on the sideline, able to drag the toes and pick up a big first down. First and 10, under 2.5 to play. Young in this offense moving the football really well. From the 47 already, they go Dowdle up the middle. He dives across midfield. Gets a few yards there. Rico Dowdle, not the most efficient day, but that'll take us to the 2-minute warning in this battle for the NFC South between Carolina and Tampa Bay. If Carolina wins, they advance to the playoffs for the first time in years, man. It's been a long time coming for this organization. Oh, man. It's going to be very interesting right here to see what happens. Carolina trying to win this game. All right, so coming up after this, it's the Niners and the Seahawks. Winner takes the number 1 seed in the NFC West. It's going to be, there's a lot of stakes in that game. And then wild card weekend coming up. It'll be next weekend, starting off with a big Saturday, some Saturday games, some Sunday games, and then, of course, the Monday night game. It'll be exciting. Here we go. The Monday night game is usually the NFC, right? I believe so. Second down and 6 from the Tampa Bay 49. Young and the Panthers looking to take the lead. Play action. Young flips it out there. Incomplete. Tremble gets knocked over. And Young had to just throw that one away. 3rd and 6. So the storm coming through Florida starting to finally pass. It's been a miserable conditions here in Tampa Bay just during this game. It's been raining the whole time. It's been downpouring. It's made it really tough for these offenses. Panthers are yet to convert a 3rd down today. It's 3rd and 6. Big opportunity for Young. 3rd and 6 from the 49. Bryce Young takes the snap. Pressure's coming. Young throwing far side. Intercepted. Jacob Parrish picks off Bryce Young. And the Buccaneers get the stop that they needed. They'll have the football in good field position. What a play by Parrish on that outside. It was Teteroa McMillan on an out. Jacob Parrish broke on it early, and it was intercepted by the Buccaneers. So despite the run Carolina's been on to get back in this football game, it's going to be Tampa Bay with it and a chance to take to build on their lead right before the half. That's a big play right there. Again, a great job by Parrish to break on that football, get the interception. That's just what it's about. It's about making plays like that in these big moments, right? And so a huge play. They're in a good spot now with a really good opportunity here. Really, really good opportunity to go and build on this lead after what was definitely a pretty disastrous start. A disastrous little middle there. First and 10 up the middle. Bucky Irving plows forward. Yeah, this is just a really good break here. Jacob Parrish gets in front of this football and picks it off. That's a really nice play by him. Todd Bowles fired up on the sideline. That's a big-time play. He knows how important that is. And there you go. Ben Morrison over there getting hyped, the rookie out of Notre Dame. 2nd and 3 from the 49. And Mayfield handoff outside. Tucker is going to be stuffed. Loses a yard there. About 2, actually, is where they'll spot him. 2-yard loss brings up a 3rd down and medium. Yikes. And Carolina not using any of their timeouts. 50 seconds to go. Total yards, it's Buccaneers outgaining them by 100. They're outrushing them by like 70 yards. But the difference is the turnover. That Baker turnover is just the killer right now. And that's the only reason why this game is where it's at. 3rd and 5, empty for Mayfield. 4-man rush. Baker looking, has time. Now he's got to step up. Pocket's collapsing. You got to get Baker down when you can. He's going to still run around, fighting. Oh, what a play by Baker! Finds Cade Otton for a huge gain down the sideline. I mean, it's just you have to get Baker Mayfield down, or else that's what'll happen. The clock ran down so much, though. It's down to 18 seconds. That's unbelievable. He breaks out of this right there, throws it right at the line. That's just incredible. Great work by Baker here. He ran all the way around this pocket, all the way around this field. You know, juking, moving, made an off-balance throw to Otton there, and that's a huge throw. 18 seconds to play now, and a stoppage. Carolina will call a timeout here to make sure everything's all good to go. My goodness, what a play by Baker there. I genuinely don't know how he kept that up, dude. That was ridiculous. Wow. They blew them boys out. Here we go, 1st and 10. 18 seconds to play. McMillan in motion. Mayfield handoff up the middle. Bucky Irving plows across the 25, and I think Tampa Bay is very content with just taking this to halftime. Kicking a field goal going to half. I think that's just the goal right now. There's only 13 seconds left. I think they just used that first timeout. Maybe they could take a shot to the end zone. I don't think it's worth it at this point, though. There's just not enough time left in the half. But, yeah, you got 13 seconds to work with. It's 2nd down and 3. There's the NFC playoff picture. As of right now, Seattle leads the conference. Chicago and Philadelphia both at 11 and 5, 2 and 3 seed. Bears over Philly due to that win earlier in the year. And then San Francisco, LA, and Green Bay have clinched their spots. I believe that all those are pretty much solidified. I know Green Bay, I think, is solidified, locked in at 7. I think the Rams lost to the Falcons. They're probably locked in at 6. I'm not exactly sure what happens if San Fran loses tonight. 2nd down and 3, though, for Mayfield from the 25. Baker handoff up the middle. Bucky makes a cut across to the 1st down marker and beyond to the 20. Bull's going to call another timeout with 9 seconds left. They have 1 timeout left after this. So I think you just run the football one more time and then do what you got to do. Kick that field goal. McLaughlin is 95% in his career from field goals that are in between 30 and 39 yards. But again, it's actually been a really impressive first half for Tampa Bay, right? I've been impressed. I've been like, wow, okay. This is a team I thought, they've been playing really bad football. They come into this game with a 4-game losing streak. They got beat by Quinn Ewers last week. Like this has not been a very good football team this year. But you know what? Hey. 1st and 10, handoff. Bucky up the middle, gets it more towards the center of the field in between the hashes, and now 5 seconds left. They will kick this field goal with McLaughlin to go up 6 if he can knock this last one through. So here we go. to make it a 13-7 lead for Tampa Bay going into halftime. McLaughlin will kick this field goal with, again, there's 5 seconds left. It should be relatively easy. This one is, again, right through the hashes, straight up the middle from Chase McLaughlin. First field goal was made from 29 yards today. We'll see if he can knock this one through. 36 yards, straight away. Snap it to him. Kick is up, and it is right through the middle. So there you go. 13-7, Buccaneers with the lead. 2 seconds left in the half. A flag was down. I think a Panther may have jumped off sides, which most likely, oh, yeah, okay. It was an illegal formation penalty on the Panthers, but the Buccaneers will decline that penalty, and that'll make it 13-7 with 2 seconds left. So unless Carolina can return this, I doubt they would even try to run a play or throw it deep down the field. They would probably just kneel it out and end this first half. Oh, where the heck? There we go. I want to watch this game. All right. 2 seconds to go. Carolina. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Carolina about to kick this one off. Or Tampa Bay is going to kick this one off to Carolina. We'll see if this even, I don't think there's going to be anything that happens on this play. Again, I think they're just going to take it and kneel it and call it a half. Here we go. McLaughlin sends this one deep into the end zone. Touchback. And now with 2 seconds left, that will be, I think Canales is just going to go ahead and kneel this football out and take it to halftime with a trailing 13-7. It wasn't a good half for Carolina. You know, they played really poorly on offense. Didn't get much done this half, if we're being quite honest here. I don't think Carolina played very well. I think Tampa Bay, though, it's the interception, right? And the Panthers have had no run game today. They have 5 rushing yards at halftime. They kneel it there. Second half will start up soon, about 15 probably. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Baker Mayfield up and down first half. Started off fast and strong and then really, really struggled towards the end of the first half. That was his issue. But again, a Bryce Young interception gave the Buccaneers the ball near midfield, and they were able to capitalize with 3. This game could easily be a Buccaneers blowout type of deal if Baker Mayfield didn't throw a really bad interception. But if there's one thing we know about the Carolina Panthers, they have 4 wins this season when trailing at halftime. They're one of the best comeback teams in the NFL. You can never slam the door shut on these guys. Carolina has beaten some of the league's best teams. I know they beat the Rams earlier in the season. This is a good football team, or a pretty good football team, and they're not going to just let their season die. They get the ball at a half with a chance to take the lead. But it's very simple. If you don't get a run game going in the second half, you're going to have a lot of problems because Tampa Bay, look, their offense is able to move the ball just well enough. And their pass defense is not the best in the league, but it's definitely not awful. And so, I don't know. I think they got 5 rushing yards at halftime is unacceptable. They've had nothing in that ground game going for them. And so, Carolina got to figure something out of the half if they want to win this football game. Again, it was a really low-scoring half. We'll see if the conditions improve. The radar they showed looked like the storm was kind of moving out, so maybe that'll make it a more fun, pass-heavy game. You know Tampa Bay loves to air it out. They gave the ball to Buck Irving a lot in that half. They had a little traction here and there, but overall not too much. So here you go. Again, Buccaneers lead 13-7 in the battle for the NFC South. I've said it a million times, I feel like, but Panthers win. They're in. Bucks win, Saints win, they're in. Saints Falcons play tomorrow for that NFC South against the Falcons, who are coming off a big win over the Rams. Bijan Robinson looking to make some big things happen in that game. I think he's going for the NFL scrimmage yards single season record. Chris Johnson holds that, I believe, currently. And so there you go. Again, Baker 130 yards at the half. Bryce Young 75. But Bryce has also had no run game. Each quarterback's thrown a touchdown. Each quarterback has thrown an interception. Both are really rough interceptions too, man. Oh gosh, that Baker interception. I genuinely don't know if Carolina would have any points this half if Baker didn't give a ball away. So I guess if you're a Bucks fan, that's the one thing that can you got to be happy with. But at the same time, you outgained the Panthers by as many yards as you did. You'd hope you'd be winning by more. Anyways, I'll be back for the second half. You guys stay tuned. Click the sub button if you enjoy what you're listening to. Streaming college football and NFL as we get into playoff season in NFL, and obviously we're already there in college. Stay tuned, and I will catch you guys soon. There's Brock Purdy in the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy's 7-1 in his 8 starts on the year, and he'll look to go 8-1 and get the 49ers their number 1 seed. Last thing I'll say before I go, I've been extremely impressed with the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is obviously one of the best coaches in the NFL. What they've been able to do this season, despite all the injuries, is nothing short of remarkable. The fact that they're even playing for the 1 seed without Nick Bosa, without Fred Warner, Purdy missing a bunch of games, George Kittle missing games, Brandon Ayuk not even suiting up this year, losing Debo in the offseason. It's been incredible. I got to hand it to him. Anyways, I'll see y'all soon. Second half about to get underway here between the Bucs and the Panthers. Carolina gets the ball out of half. Night has fallen in Tampa Bay, it looks like now. The sun is set, and it is time for some big football again to decide the NFC South. Baker Mayfield, we'll see if he can stop turning the frickin' football over. That was the issue in the first half, that one interception. Only reason why Carolina has any points right now. The rushing attacks for both teams. The Buccaneers have pounded it on the ground. 24 attempts for 87 yards. Carolina 7 for 5. They have really struggled to run the football, and they haven't even really tried to as much as you would think. Todd Bowles and his run defense have been phenomenal. So it'll be Carolina football to start the second half in this one. We will see if the Panthers can get the win. Also, that big Seahawks game will start here soon enough. But if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. It's time for some football. Carolina gets it back. Night has fallen in Tampa Bay. And it'll be Carolina getting the ball in a big spot here. Bryce Young, NFC South on the line. A chance at a division title. A lot is on the line for this team right now. They desperately need their quarterback to step up like he has a lot this season. Here we go, 1st and 10. And Young from the 35, that's where they'll start. And a handoff up the middle to, is that Dowdle? Doesn't get too much there, though. Second down coming up for Bryce Young in Carolina. Second on 6 after the 4-yard run from Dowdle. Again, you got to start to establish some sort of ground game. Makes life a lot easier for Bryce Young. Tampa Bay up by 6. Young, second down, outside throw. A long throw to that sideline caught by Jalen Coker. And this is a really long throw to that sideline. Coker, forward progress is about a yard short. He rolled backwards, though. Third and 2. And Young, little RPO. Pass is incomplete. Trying to hit Coker. 4th down coming up. So 13.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carolina's offense looks like they're on the field. Coker may have actually reeled this one in. It's really close. But they're gonna be a couple yards short regardless. And we'll see if they take an extra look at this, because Coker may be able to keep this one. And they called it a catch. 4th and 1, really short. Need a yard. They go Hubbard up the middle, and Chuba Hubbard gets the first down. They tried to go there in the middle. Vita Vea is a dangerous man in that middle of the field, middle of the defensive line. And they're able to get the stop here. And they get the first down. Big moment there. Hubbard picks it up. 1st down and 10. And here we go. First and 10 from the 46. Young looking left. He's going to scramble out of the pocket and throw it at the feet of his tight end, who wasn't even really looking at the football, if we're being honest. Pressure came in from Roberts off the edge there. Young had nobody open and just had to get rid of this down the field. Second down and 10 for Bryce Young and the Panthers. Looking to win the Panthers their first NFC South title in about a decade. Second and 10. Play clock down to 0. Young gets it off just in time. Young drops back, has to step up, throwing over the middle. It's caught by McMillan. There's Ted McMillan, their star rookie wide receiver. What a season he's had as he continues to be a young, amazing talent for this team. Young has to step up and finds his favorite target over the middle of the field. That's a big-time play. First and 10 from the 35. Young dropping back. Pressure comes, and he's going to throw it back. Dowdle drops the football. I don't know how much green grass he had ahead of him. Young had a lot of pressure on him. He had to get rid of that one and just slip it out there. Second down and 10 after that broken play just happened. What in the world? What did they just call? They said it was a backwards pass that went out of bounds. But Dowdle picks up the football. What the heck? That did not even go close to going out of bounds, refs. They lose 6, and now it's second down and 16. That's a big miscue. Young throwing over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for a man, tight end. Evans over the middle, third down and 16. A misfire from Bryce Young. So third down and 16. Here we go. From the 41 of Tampa Bay. Bryce Young. We'll see if he makes a big play. Pressure's coming. He checks it down to Hubbard over the middle. And he gets to the 36-yard line. So we'll see. It's fourth down and 12. Ryan Fitzgerald, their kicker. We'll see if they send him out. It looks like they're going to make this a 3-point game. Fitzgerald's long on the year is 57. The rain has finally stopped in Tampa Bay. This is from 54. Kick on the way from Fitzgerald, and it just had nothing on it. No good. Fitzgerald's been a reliable kicker for Carolina this year, but that time really bad. And Bryce Young pleading his case with the referee there on the sideline, questioning what just happened with that whole backwards pass situation. It cost them for sure. And then, yeah, Fitzgerald, just not good foot-to-ball contact here, I guess. Stays in a 6-point game here in the third. Oh man. That's a big missed field goal right there. Trying to keep this game within, one possession. That's a bit, again, that's just, yeah, it's a bad miss. I mean, not a bad miss from the kick. Like, again, he's usually reliable. It's a tough kick for sure. But it's bad. That was just a bad drive from Carolina to get down the field and eventually blow it. This is really unfortunate for them. They got a lot of trouble getting the ball in. Here we go. Mayfield handoff on first down up the middle. Bucky Irving with the carry. Second down and 6 after the run by Bucky Irving. And Mayfield dropping back. Pressure comes, and Baker is finally taken down. Trayvon Moehrig right there with the big play. Again, Baker, you got to get him down when you have the chance, because eventually that's what he's going to do, is he's going to dance around for a while because he's so good at evading pressure. But right there, nothing you could do. So now it's third down and 10 after the sack. Mayfield has White with him. Here's Baker, first third and 10 over the middle. Pass caught Otten. He'll be a few yards short of the first down. So up 6 points, fourth down. What are the Buccaneers going to do? They're at midfield. They could go for this. We'll see what the decision is for Bulls. It's 4th and 2 is what they'll spot him at. Buccaneers are fully intending to go for this, and here we go. This is it. 4th down and 2. Mayfield from the 48 of Carolina. Motions Godwin. And playing clock winds down to 0. Buccaneers, are they going to take that delay game? Looks like they are going to. Roseboom nearly jumped, but he does not. And the Buccaneers are going to punt the football. So Buccaneers will be forced to punt this football away. 4th down and 7. They take the delay game, and now they will trust their defense, which has been really good today. Again, you want to be aggressive in those situations sometimes, but right there, Tampa Bay's defense has been great today. So here's Dixon to punt it away back to Etienne, who is going to catch this one at about the 7-yard line or so. And Carolina coming out for their second drive of the second half. It has been a struggle for their offense most of the game today. Let's lead us some points right now. We got Titus. Swain got it. Yeah, another big drive coming up for Carolina. Again, they came out of half. They had a decent little drive going, and then it got stuffed up, right? They had nothing going at the end of the day. They got stuffed up at about midfield. Um, they've been able to move the ball with a couple plays here and there, but then usually it stalls out at some point, and then they have nothing. And that's been their problem, is just too much stalling out around the midfield mark has been the issue today for Carolina. They have to finish one of these drives. The only drive they've been able to score on was that one drive where Tampa Bay gave them the football at the 19-yard line on the Baker pick. So both sides got to be feeling all right. I mean, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm a little uneasy. They've been the better team, but that one turnover has given the Panthers the life because, again, your defense has played great, but it's like it could be a shutout right now if you just didn't turn the ball over. And if you're Carolina, are you confident Baker coughs it up again? Because, I mean, Baker hasn't played his best today. He's missed a couple throws. He's made a couple really nice plays, but a couple really bad miscues as well. Teams are competing for that final NFC playoff spot. One of these teams will be playing on Wild Card Weekend next weekend, and one of them will be eliminated. There you go. There's Sean Miller. First and 10 from the 7-yard line. Long way to go for Carolina. Young, first play, handoff. Hubbard is stuffed in the backfield again. We talked about how at halftime they'd have to make something happen, right? They gotta do something in that run game, and right now they have nothing going in the run game whatsoever. They have nothing going on in the run game. 11 rushing yards to Tampa Bay's 91. Second and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Young, empty set, 4-man rush. He's in trouble, gets rid of it underneath. Leaping grab there on the outside by Hubbard. He had to make a tough extension. A flag is down as well. The flag was in the secondary for illegal contact on the Buccaneers. That's going to give a first down to Carolina. Levante David was the one who committed this penalty in the second level. And that's going to bring a first down to the Carolina, get them out of their own end zone here. That's a big penalty. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. 7:21 to go here in this third quarter. Buccaneers lead 13-7. It's been a low-scoring affair today. Bryce Young, the quarterback. First and 10. Man in motion, it's Tremble. Young takes the snap. 3-man rush. Young, left side, pass complete. Tremble runs upfield, gets the first down. Little curl flat here by Tommy Tremble. Just stays there. Diaby was out trying to drop back into coverage, and he did not make that tackle in the flat on Tremble, who's able to turn upfield and pick up a first down. And there's Tremble's second catch of the day. His first one was a touchdown. First and 10 from the 24. Handoff, Hubbard up the middle, and he's going to get forward to the 29. 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Carolina trailing by 6. Second down and 5. The run game has been nowhere. Young will hand it off again up the middle. Hubbard going to push, be a couple yards short. And now a helmet is off and a little scuffle there between Tremble and a Buccaneer. Helmet came flying off. And what in the world happened with Tommy Tremble here? No call there on that play. Tremble got that helmet taken off. It's third down and 2. Carolina yet to convert on this down today. 0 for 5. Bryce Young, 3rd and 2. Taking the snap. 4-man rush. Young, pressure. Going to throw deep down the field. And a leaping grab by Tetaroa McMillan to the 35. Pressure was starting to come in. Young had to step and make this big-time throw to Tet McMillan. One of the best young wide receivers in this league. Just gets open up the seam or up this left side. And McMillan, a huge grab on third down. But a flag is going to be down that might negate the catch. Wow, that's huge. They called a hold. Wow, that was going to be a 30. He just wins and shoves his man out of the way. It would have been a great play for sure. Oh, man, you hate to see that. You just hate to see that. 3rd and 12 now. That would have been their first third down conversion on a 30-yard gain by Tetaroa McMillan. 3rd and 12, Young looking at the check down, scrambling, and he just fires it out of bounds, and that'll end the possession. So it looked like for a moment Carolina was going to have the ball deep in Tampa Bay territory. Instead, they will end up with having to punt the football. McMillan's got to be really frustrated. I mean, that was a great play by Tet for it all to be for nothing. And you hate to see that for him. And now Carolina with another punt. Their offense continues to struggle. Punting away here to the 30-yard line. And it'll be fair caught at the 31 by Johnson. And here comes Baker Mayfield in this Buccaneers offense, an offense that hasn't been great today. They've done just enough, though. They've been better than Carolina. And I think the motto for Baker, he's going to go out there and try to make plays, but if he just does not turn the football over, the Buccaneers are in a really good spot. Their defense isn't allowing anything. Happy Saturday, everyone. Yep, if you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button to help out the channel, fellas. Really would help out a lot. They call offensive pass interference on McMillan? Is that what they did? I thought it was a hold, but they might have called offensive pass interference on Tedero and McMillan there. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised that they called it. So here we go. Buccaneers 1st and 10 from the 31. Mayfield scrambling left side, looking Emeka Egbuka making the catch and dragged out of bounds. Buccaneers 115 there. It's going to be a 2nd down and short. So play action and Egbuka running up the sideline, stepped out of bounds a few yards short of the marker. There's the first catch for the rookie Ohio State wide receiver, who was unbelievable at the beginning of the season for sure. Struggled ever since, though. 2nd and 2. And it is Mayfield handoff. Bucky Irving up the middle, and he's going to have a first down before being brought down. He just got past the marker. Here we go, 1st and 10. First and 10 now at the 42. Mayfield going back, ground game. Bucky, good push from the O-line, and Bucky Irving gets about 6 yards on that one. Really, really nice push, though, from that O-line. There's a good run up the middle. Bucky with a nice cut. Good push up front, and that's just a really nice run. Gets them ahead of the chains on 1st down, which is something that they were struggling to do earlier in the game. Second and 4. Irving again up the middle, and he's going to be a couple yards short of that marker before being brought down. Buccaneers running backs. Bucky Irving leads the team in rushing attempts and yards, but not by much over Rachaad White. It's been a pretty inefficient year for Bucky when he's been playing. 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go, and a nice power run there from Bucky to pick up a first down. Bucky also only has 1 rushing touchdown on the year. They went with Sean Tucker a lot on the goal line. So here's Baker running, and Bucky gets a little crease to the left, runs right through a cornerback. I think it was Jackson on that left side. A minute and a half to go here in the 3rd quarter. I feel like this quarter's gone by really fast. A minute and a half to go. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 48. Mayfield. Play action, pressure comes. He spins out of the sack. Baker somehow still on his feet. Lofting downfield, incomplete. I think there's going to be a flag, and there it is. Scott was in coverage. He took Kate Otten down. I got to give Baker Mayfield a ton of props for that one, though. What a play by him there. First down and 10. Buccaneers looking to take a 2-score lead with only a minute 19 to go. Again, this game's gone by, second half's gone by really fast. First and 10, handoff up the middle. Tucker stuffed in the backfield for a big loss by Carolina. Barnes is in that backfield making a really nice stop. If you guys are listening again, be sure to click the sub button. Really helps out the channel. 3rd quarter coming to a close here pretty quickly. And again, it's been a defensive battle between between the Bucks and the Panthers, all defense. Here's a handoff to Tucker again. He gets a couple yards. Mm-mm-mm. Darnold versus Purdy for the 1 seed in the NFC. Wow. How crazy is that? So there you go. It's been an interesting game so far. Again, Carolina, just every time they seem to get something going, something happens. Penalties, just incompetent play. Something bad happens with Carolina. Again, it's 13-7. Buccaneers might be about to take a two-score lead. I mean, your season's on the line. You got to play desperate. Baker Mayfield has done everything he's put everything on the line with some of these runs he's had today and stuff like that. I mean, he really is putting a lot on the line, putting his body on the line. Bryce Young's got to figure it out, dude. It has been a really rough game for that offense. I feel like this game's gone by fast in my opinion, and I just really don't. I don't know. It's been weird. It's been all weird, you know. I don't really know how to describe this game. You know what I mean? Like Carolina, I feel like they've gotten like thoroughly outplayed, but they're barely winning. You know what I mean? Because of like just some incompetent stuff from Tampa Bay, some bad turnovers, and really conservative play calling. I think that's my real take on this. The Bucks have not won a football game this year that Baker Mayfield has thrown an interception in, but here we are. They are in a decent position to win one today. Could win one right now. Third down and 8 for Tampa Bay. Mayfield fakes, looking downfield. Baker in trouble, stepping up to run. Baker Mayfield ran into his own lineman, and Roseboom gets him down. That's a great job by the Carolina defense to bend, not break in this moment. And now Tampa Bay going to be forced to kick a field goal. This is a huge kick because this would make it a two-score football game, a 9-point lead. This isn't an easy one, though. 48 yards from McLaughlin, but he's been really good all season. From 48 left hash, kick on the way. It's up, and it looks good, and it is good. And the Buccaneers with a 16-7 lead in the fourth quarter, a game that they have controlled. They went up 10-0 early on in this game. That's all that they've needed thus far to win this game. It's been a complete embarrassment from the Tampa Bay or from the Carolina Panthers offense. It's been a complete embarrassment today. he tied this at the line. My gosh, he missed the first free throw. Jeez. Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall are inactive tonight for the Niners. Big yikes on that front. That field goal by McLaughlin is massive, though, because, again, they desperately needed a bucket. Oh, my goodness. They desperately needed points, right? They desperately needed a big win on that possession. And now you're up 2 scores against the Carolina offense that hasn't been able to do much all game. I'd say the Bucs are in a really good spot here. I'm watching this Texas basketball game, so I thought about buckets. We're losing by 5 to Miss State. Oh, big 3 here, though. That could make it. Bang! All right, 2-point game now. Good shot in the corner there. Needed those buckets. Let's go, boys. That Swain who made that? That was a great shot. Timeout, Miss State. Let's go, boys. That's Swain. Who knocked the 3 down? Oh, Wilcher. Simeon Wilcher. Okay, that's a big shot. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, this is where we're at right now. This is a really close game. The Buccaneers are up 2 scores, and well, it's do or die for Carolina. Look, tomorrow the Falcons could bail them out for sure. At the end of the day, could bail them out in a big way, but wouldn't you rather just win it today on your division rivals' home field? Celebrate this title and your first playoff berth in years on Tampa Bay's field. I feel like that just sounds so much better. Carolina's played like crap today, though, and the Buccaneers have stepped up, especially their defense, in a must-win game to keep their season alive. There's still a lot of football to be played, though. 1 quarter left. They were at the beginning of the 4th quarter. I haven't changed it on the scoreboard yet. I'm about to do that, and there we go. Now it's officially the 4th quarter here. What a pass to the corner. Oh my gosh, that ball movement's insane, bro. And you leave Hubbard wide open. Nice. So we'll see if the Panthers can keep attacking. Got to just try to win those matchups. Ted McMillan has shown decent ability to get separation against this secondary, but they've had some unfortunate breaks with that. Holding call on that last drive where the PI was key. 1st and 10, Young. Nice sidearm release out to Coker. He gets to the 37, 38-yard line. And that was just a broken down play immediately right there. They got through. 2nd down coming up. Xavier Legette's done nothing today. Rico Dowdle has 6 carries for 10 yards. He has been a non-factor today. And he's usually also pretty decent in the passing game, but he's done nothing there either. 2nd down coming up. Bryce Young on a 2nd and 7. Man in motion, Jimmy Horn. Young, screen to Dowdle. Can he make a big play? He breaks out. Rico Dowdle down the sideline all the way past the Tampa Bay 40. There goes Rico Dowdle. 25-yard pickup right there. If you guys are listening, click the subscribe button. Finally, some explosive offense in this game. Screen out to Dowdle, right side. He breaks out of the first tackle, gets a block, and he's off with a big run right there. That's a huge play. Here we go. 1st down and 10. Young across 140 yards passing now. 1st and 10 from the 38. Young looking right side. Pass hauled in. Xavier Legette at the 32. A drive that they've desperately needed all game long. And there it is. Second down and 5. 12 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Young from the 32. McMillan, can he finally make a big play? Young is 3 for 3 this drive for 33 yards. Young, pressure's coming. He's off the back foot, floating it over the head of Jalen Coker, incomplete. Buccaneers have sent a lot of pressure Bryce Young's way all day long. That pass was incomplete. Third down and 5. Third down and 5. They're probably in field goal range, but you want more. Pressure being shown. Young rolling out left, standing tall in the pocket, makes a nice throw to Xavier Legette. And oh man, he just got taken out there low. A little banged up and wobbling after that play, but a great strike there from Bryce Young, who rolled out to his left, set his feet, made a really nice throw over the middle. And Young, again, just makes this throw. This is a huge throw in this game. Legette gets open against Jacob Parrish over the middle of the field, and he was taken down kind of awkwardly there, but he's okay, I think, which is huge. Glad he's all right. It looked a little awkward on that landing. First and 10, 11 and 20 to go. Play clock is down to 5. Got to get the snap off. Man in motion. And, oh boy, that's disastrous! That's disastrous! I think Tampa Bay just got it. And they do. Oh my goodness. They tried to run a flea flicker. Rico Dowdle slipped in the turf. And when he tossed it back, it went into the ground. Oh my goodness. That is a just, oh wow, that's awful. Man, I see the vision, right? But it's just, man, what are you doing? The conditions have been so awful today, and it rears its ugly head. Rico slips and falls, and as he's going to the ground, he's lateraling the ball backwards to Bryce Young to try to get the flea flicker off. And his body's upright, and Bryce wasn't able to corral this football, and Tampa Bay recovers it. And that is going to give the Buccaneers the football back. And I think that's pretty much game time, right? That's just huge, man. You cannot make a mistake like that. Wow, boys. That's just... Man, that's just such a bad turnover in a game like this. Carolina just hasn't played good football today, though. It's been very simple. They haven't played good football all day long, and it's very obvious right now. They have not played good football, and that's just a microcosm of their offense today. If y'all are listening, be sure to click that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Watching some Texas hoops here. We're only down by 3, actually, which is interesting. We've been down pretty much the whole game I've been watching. Texas basketball's never really been very good in my life. A couple years here and there, but not great. Ooh, nice backdoor cut. Let's go. Nice. Nice Tremont Mark. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get the play call, and look, you're a genius if it works. I mean, some people are going to get mad at Canales for being too cute. Look, at the end of the day, the conditions suck. Rico Dowdle slipped in the grass. Like, there's just not much you can do there, right? Like, that's just kind of unlucky. That's just really, really, really unlucky. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Dowdle should have just gone down. I mean, I don't know. He probably thought he could get it to Bryce Young. Either way, it would have messed up the timing of the whole play regardless. It is what it is. But definitely a really rough end of the season for Rico Dowdle. In my opinion, he's been awful today besides that one catch, which hasn't been all his fault. It hasn't been all Rico's fault, right? I mean, it's definitely not been all his fault. He's had some just really tough bad offensive line plays today. The offensive line has not done him any favors. First and 10 for Mayfield. And a handoff left side. Bucky Irving gets a few yards. And one. Dalen Swain. Oh my gosh, you're him, buddy. One of the best players in the SEC for sure. He yammed it. Love me some Dalen Swain. Second down coming up. If you can get a quick stop here, you still are in it. But obviously, Bryce has got to be disappointed. I hate this, man. Like, I want to see the Panthers in the playoffs. The Bucs have no chance, if we're being honest. They have no chance of doing anything. Second down and 6. Mayfield, play action, rolls right, going deep down the field. It's caught for a first down by Tez Johnson across the 50. Like, Baker's done solid today, but I mean, their offense just hasn't been consistent all year. Oh my gosh. Freaking Hubbard out here flopping. Jeez. Not Chuba Hubbard. Dude from Miss State. My gosh. 3 free throws. Yikes. That's a big play, though, for Tez Johnson. They desperately needed that. Went into the landing zone, though. From the 50-yard line. Mayfield, 13 for 18, 160 yards. And it's going to be Bucky Irving, right side. And he spins. He's taken down. There's been really... They've tried to run the football a lot today, and they haven't really had many explosive runs with it. But they just keep going to it, though. I mean, hey, it's better than trying to risk Baker just launching it at that point, right? Like, no point in being stupid. 9 minutes to go. Run the clock down as much as possible. Your defense, again, has only allowed 7 points, and the only 7 points they allowed were on a really short field. But there's the staggering number. 116 rushing yards for Tampa Bay. 10 for the Carolina Panthers. That is just an unbelievable number. Mayfield, 4-man rush, check down, first down. Chris Godwin falling forward. Haven't called his name much all day. That's a big play for Godwin, though. And that's another first down for Tampa Bay. Baker's just picking apart this defense. Quick fire underneath there to Godwin. And that's another easy first down conversion. If y'all are listening, click the subscribe button. It's been a long and, quite frankly, boring game, but we're still here, finishing this one out in the last 8.5. Buccaneers taking their time. Mayfield, McMillan in motion. And they'll go handoff up the middle. Rachaad White stuffed up. I mean, 116 rushing yards, but with the amount that they ran the football, I feel like the Panthers' run defense has honestly done a pretty solid job. Their defense in general has been solid. It's been the offense. The offense is completely trash. Tampa Bay, 9-point lead, 7:50 to go. Yeah, Chris Godwin, good to see him out there for sure. 7:40 to go. They're at the 38-yard line, McLaughlin field goal range. Here's Mayfield, screen pass to Cade Otton. That's going to be another first down. Cade Otton to the 25, I believe, or maybe the 35. Big play right there for Cade, though. That's a great play right there. And, yeah, they're going to get him to the, the 25. Wow, that's a big play. They got to the 25. Seven minutes left in this football game. Cade Otton, 75 yards. Definitely one of his best games of the season. And what happened on this play? There's a flag down for a false start, I believe. So that stops the clock. That's the big thing there. First and 15, handoff to Rachaad White, making a cut, getting a decent gain out of that. 6:30 to go. Tampa Bay closing in on a massive win that puts them in a position to win the NFC South. If things go their way tomorrow, it will truly be a 50-50 shot. Second down and 8. A good run from White. And on the previous play, they go back to it. And now it's going to be a third down coming up. No timeouts yet from Carolina. 5:40 to go. Third and 5 coming up. 5.5 to play. Mayfield taking the snap, looking, stepping up, under pressure. Baker extending the play. Scorton giving chase. Mayfield gotta be smart here, and he throws. It's caught. He is. What a play there. The catch from Otten gonna be about a yard short. Fourth down. That was ridiculous. Baker truly just out here playing ball. That's just a ridiculous job by Baker Mayfield right there to make this play. We'll see if Cade Otton got that foot. Oh, he's out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. A challenge flag has been thrown by Dave Canales. It's going to be 4th down and 1. It would be 4th down and 1, but I think after the challenge, they're going to overturn it, and it's going to bring up a 4th and medium, and 4th and 5. They're going to have to probably kick a field goal. We'll see, though. But I think this is going to be a good challenge here because I don't think he caught that football. His foot was out of bounds. It's close. It is close, but I think his foot's out. I think the edge of it's out of bounds and hit the white part, but I'm not sure. If you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Tampa Bay 16-7 lead late in this one. So this review will make a big decision coming up here for the Buccaneers. This will be interesting to see what happens here in this final couple minutes. It's been a struggle for Carolina's offense all day long. They've been really bad. I will not lie, they've been very bad today. We'll see, man. I don't know if Carolina's capable. Yeah, I mean, that's what's expected. They reversed the call. So McLaughlin will kick the field goal to make it 19-7. This is from 38. McLaughlin, and it's blocked. The kick is blocked. Oh my goodness. That's huge. It was not a clean operation in the holding and kicking department, and it gets blocked by the Panthers. That's huge because now the game is, I mean, that again, now it's just a touchdown and a field goal, and they win. McLaughlin's kick blocked. 92, nice. Dave Canales is hyped about that. That was huge. That was huge. If you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Todd Bowles not happy. Carolina with a shot. They're still in this sweet football game. It would be improbable if they made this. I mean, there's 5 minutes and 12 seconds left. It's not out of the question. Like, it's out of the question that they can make a comeback here. They're still in it. The ball will be at the 28. Carolina, they got to finish one of these drives, man. It's just been straight awful closing work by them and all the drives today. 5:12 to play. We'll see what Carolina has in store. McMillan, will he come up big this drive? 1st and 10 from the 28. A playoff spot in the NFC South on the line for both of these teams. Bryce Young and Carolina. Young, underneath, pass caught. Leggett makes the catch. Again, the clock, not too much of a massive issue at the moment. But you got to still have urgency here and want to get up to that line and get going. Second down and 5. Young. Can he make the big play and get Carolina going? 2nd and 5, 4-man rush. Young under pressure, stepping up, throwing left side of the field. Got a man. It's a first down, and that might be 15. We'll see. Big grab by Tommy Tremble. Tyke Smith smacked him out of bounds. I was wondering what they would call. They let him play, and Smith makes this Tremble makes the catch, and he's out of bounds. He takes a shove. I guess it was close enough to where no flag. That's cool. I'm good with that. I was wondering. I was waiting to see what they would do. 19-yard gain on that catch by Tommy Tremble. 4:36 to play. That's a big-time throw by Bryce Young right there. The pressure got in, pocket collapsed, and Young made a great throw. They're at the 50 already. Again, they will have to get another stop on defense regardless of what they do this possession. Pressure's coming. Young a screen to Dowdle. He loses 5. To the 45-yard line they go. Tampa Bay was all over the screen pass, and that is a huge loss. It's going to stall this drive. They've had a lot of negative plays today like that one. That one hurts big time. Again, screen pass just went nowhere. Diaby gets off his block. Vita Vea was out there. Everybody was out there. 2nd down and 15 from the 45. Empty backfield. Young. He will take the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Young, pressure from Diaby. He's got to step up, throw it deep, down the sideline, incomplete. And yeah, Carolina, the pressure came from Diaby, forcing Young to get away. It's been a rough day for the Carolina O-line from what I've watched today. A lot of pressure on Young. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 from the 45. Young drops back, looking underneath. Pass is caught, chopped down, though, by Tampa Bay. 4th down and long after the catch there from Tremaine. That OPI on McMillan, man. Yikes. 4th down and 8. This is pretty much the football game. Young up to the line. Here's the biggest play of the season. Play clock down to 3. Young takes the snap. Pressure's coming. Young's got to get rid of it. Launching downfield. McMillan makes the catch inside the 10. Teteroa McMillan got behind the defense. And Bryce Young, unreal throw under all the pressure. They send the pressure. McMillan gets by Jacob Parrish. It's a little bit underthrown, but again off the back foot with all the pressure. Great play by Young. And McMillan with a 40-yard reception. They're down at the 8. Game clock down to 2.5 minutes. Young looking, standing in the pocket, throwing end zone. Incomplete out of the back of the end zone. 2:31. 2nd and goal. So again, you ideally want to score the touchdown before the 2-minute warning so you have an extra stoppage. What a throw, though, from Bryce Young, and a great catch there and route by Teteroa McMillan. McMillan, the second rookie in Panthers history with over 1,000 yards. He's officially eclipsed that mark. He needed 79 yards coming in today. He's at 84 on the day. 2nd and goal from the 8. Young trying to figure something out here. Play clock down. Young, pressure coming. He steps up, throws to the end zone. Oh, is it caught? Touchdown, Carolina. Jalen Coker, what a grab. And the Panthers, a PAT away from making it a 2-point game. Great throw. Even better catch by Coker. That's just an amazing catch by Jalen Coker. Great coverage from Ben Morrison in the corner of the end zone. But just, goodness gracious, the concentration from Coker to reel this one in and score that touchdown. That's beautiful, boys. That is beautiful. 72 yards on 8 plays. A miraculous 4th down and 8 connection between Young and McMillan. And this game isn't over just yet. The PAT is very important from Fitzgerald, though. PAT from Fitzgerald is good. 16-14 the score. Buccaneers will get it back. Panthers have all their timeouts and the 2-minute warning to stop the clock. So this last sequence here is important. There's been, yeah, my goodness. .227 to go. Carolina will kick this one off deep down the field. Buccaneers will return it. Sean Tucker down the sideline, and he'll be taken down at the 29. Not too consequential at the moment. And yeah, this is just a great job by Bryce Young. Really well executed football drive here from Bryce. Corner route here from Coker. He throws a lofter up into the corner of the end zone, and Coker with a phenomenal grab. Good coverage by Jacob Parrish. Really, again, just not much could be done about that one. First and 10, handoff, Bucky Irving up the middle. He gets a couple yards. Baker's coming in there trying to block and push him forward. Second down coming up, and the first timeout by Carolina is off the board. Second down and 7. Handoff left side. Irving up the middle, and he is going to be taken down. Great stoppage by Carolina. It's 2:12 remaining. Second timeout used by Dave Canales. One more play. If Carolina gets a stop, Tampa Bay forced to punt it away. Coming up next, it's the game for the 1 seed between Brock Purdy and his 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks. Third down coming up. Mayfield, bootleg to the right, throwing underneath, pass is caught. Cade Otton, first down to the 45. That could be the play. 2 minutes left. That's the stoppage. And they are now in a lot of trouble. Oh my goodness. They love that play action game. Baker Mayfield had a wide open man, just could not miss the throw. He makes the big play. And now after the 2-minute warning, they will get to run 3 plays, 1 timeout, and Carolina would only get it back with a little bit of time left. Man. This is gonna be again. I'm rooting for Carolina because the Bucs are just not a very good football team. Carolina's not that great, but it's like if you have to choose between 2 teams, I would go with the young up and coming team over the boring aging team that's just has lost 4 games in a row, right? Like, it's unfortunate. Carolina just hasn't made it happen today. If you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Helps out the channel a lot. And yeah, boys, this is a big-time game right here. Carolina is probably going to fall today, and then the Buccaneers will find out tomorrow with the Falcons and Saints who wins this division and gets that final playoff spot in the NFC. That'll be really interesting. Falcons have been playing some good ball. Saints have been playing some good ball. Both those teams going to be playing for pride tomorrow. Those draft picks are already, not going to be elite. There's enough bad teams in the NFL that, if you win too many games like the Saints have down the stretch, your pick isn't going to be great. So, let's see. They're going to run the football. If they get stopped, timeout, run the football. I mean, do you really what do you do here for Tampa Bay? I guess it just depends on how close they get these first couple run plays on what to do on third down, if it comes to that, right? That's what I'm thinking in this situation, because if you get stopped 3 times and it's third down and 8, well, you're probably forced to pass, right? Or maybe you just run it again and just take your field goal and trust your defense can get a stop with no timeouts. Otten's had a phenomenal day, though, no doubt about that. 1st and 10 from the 45. They're not in field goal range yet. They go to Bucky Irving up the middle, gain of about 1 or 2. And there goes the final timeout from Carolina. Baker Mayfield trying to make it happen once again. If you guys listening, again, click that sub button. 1:56 to go in this game. Ooh, ugly free throw from Misstate. Oh my gosh. Game is on the line today. NFC South again. It comes down to what happens tomorrow if the Bucs win today. This is going to be, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, man. I don't know what we're going to see right now. I don't know. Golly, that was some... Oh, my gosh. Did Texas really just do that? Did we just do that, what I think we just did? Did we just knock the ball in our own basket on a missed free throw? We're actually the most moronic team of all time. Nice job, guys. 2nd down and 8. Mayfield up the middle. Irving is going to be stuffed, so the play clock will wind down at 40 seconds, and it'll be 1:10 when they get the ball back. It ain't looking too good right now. 3rd down and 6. Game is officially over if they make this field goal. Oh my goodness, Dalen Swain, you're nasty. So the play clock goes all the way down to 1:10. Bowles and Tampa Bay will use that timeout to stop the clock at 1:11, it looks like. Oh, this is okay. Yeah, so everybody listening again, click that subscribe button to help out the channel. What a final moment of this game. 3rd down and 6. 1:11 left. What will Tampa Bay do? Do they run the football? Take whatever happens, run the clock down? I don't know. But Cade Otton's had a phenomenal day in the big moment. 9 receptions for 94 yards with a touchdown again. It wasn't really Bucky Irving. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka barely did anything today. It's been Cade Otton in these moments who's clutched up in a big way. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Bucky Irving, the running back. From the 41, play clock down to 2. Mayfield snap, handoff Irving, left side. He's going to be stopped. And when the clock goes down, there will be there will be maybe 26 seconds left or so. It's 4th down and short. We'll see what they do. They're going to run this clock all the way down, call a timeout, and Carolina's going to get a shot at least, I think. It's 4th and 4. McLaughlin's got a big leg. Do you want to trot him out there and risk giving up the field position or punt the football? I don't know. Play clock down to 6 seconds. And I think they might just take the delay of game here. There it is. Delay game, Tampa Bay. Panthers are going to get the football back with 24 seconds left and no timeouts. Fitzgerald may be called upon for a long field goal. We'll see. But Dixon will have to punt it away and see what he can do. So Dixon, again, this is a huge punt. They're going to get this football back with barely any time left. I mean, that is the unfortunate reality for Carolina. They gave up that 1st down to Otton, which really did put him in a tough spot. But if Mahomes could get his team in a field goal range in 13 seconds, well, Bryce Young's probably going to have to do something similar. NFC South on the line. Dixon to punt it away, and we got a stoppage, a timeout by the Buccaneers. They'll make sure everything is all sorted out here. They have used 2 timeouts this possession. Okay, well, I mean, there's a little bit of drama at the end of this game. 26 seconds left for Bowles' boys. Ryan Fitzgerald's career long is 57 yards. 4th and 9, and the punt is down, and oh gosh, that is not good. Carolina is going to be stopped at their own 3. Perfect punt there by Dixon. And all of a sudden, yeah, the comeback hopes. Any comeback hopes for Carolina just went down significantly. Mahomes did it in 13 seconds, but he had a timeout to work with, I believe, in that situation. And he also was at like the 25. Most game-winning drives in the fourth quarter and overtime. Bryce Young, of all people, leads that category over the last couple years. This would be the most improbable one yet. 18 seconds of football. 1st down and 10. From their own 3, dude. Oh, there's just no way, man. There's just no way. We'll see, though. Young, 3-yard line. Has to go probably about 60. Young, 1st down play, dropping back, launching downfield. It is caught, and it's Coker going to go down. The clock is running. They're going to have to spike it. Oh, gosh. They're probably going to spike it with like 4 seconds left. 3. Oh, boy. That just didn't get it done. You had to go boundary. 3 seconds left. Yeah, it's miracle time. They have 3 seconds. They have no timeouts to work with. It's truly, I don't know what you call here in this moment. You're at your own 25. I don't know, man. It just, jeez. That fumble earlier from Dowdle is just so big in this moment. 3 seconds to play. Buccaneers have most of their team lined up at the 50. From the 21-yard line, they would have to go 79 yards in one play. Three seconds left. Young fires over the middle. Coker makes the catch. Lateral back to McMillan. McMillan running. Lateraling it back to the O-line. And that's it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win it. 16-14. And the NFC South title will come down to tomorrow. Saints-Falcons. If the Saints win, the Buccaneers advance to the playoffs. If the Falcons win, the Panthers win the South and advance. I mean, you just hate to see it for Carolina. It's super unfortunate. But yeah, they're all going to be Saints fans tomorrow. The Buccaneers are all going to be Saints fans tomorrow. I got to give it to the Bucs, man. They came into today with 4 straight losses, lost a ton of their late games in the season. They were playing really bad football. They locked in today, though, and they got a massive win at home to beat Carolina and keep their playoff hopes alive. Again, now it's really just a coin toss between Saints and Falcons tomorrow of who wins this division. And for Tampa Bay, this is going to be year number 5 in a row if they're able to win the division tomorrow. This will be their 5th year in a row with a division title, and they really do own the South. But yeah, that's just a killer. I feel bad for Carolina. Too many mistakes today is really what happened. That's really all it was. Too many freaking mistakes. That Dowdle flea flicker play where he slipped and fell, that was just really bad. And I think that cost him in the end. So, anyways, thank you guys for listening to the stream. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out. And yeah, it'll be interesting tomorrow to see who wins it. 49ers Seahawks coming up. Steelers Ravens as well tomorrow. We'll see how it all shakes out and who ends up winning this division. It's a crazy one. We'll see who gets it. Catch y'all soon. Click the sub button if you enjoyed.